Hide it away, run before they're chasing me down. I just wanna run, throw it away, run before the. Oh god. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a Earth 2 OMI everything update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. So, based on the title, we do have a couple things to go over. There's so much to go over. Thankfully, did not get too many messages today about what I got and what I did not get on the VV drop. I'll go over that first. VV had their first Ron English NFT drops today. That is the first NFTs that Ron English has done. They were very, very historic. I've already seen people flip them for like 3 and 4x already. And that's just with a couple of, what do you call it? That's just with a couple of hours since it's dropped, maybe about not even 12 hours since it's dropped. So over the next couple of days, we'll see a lot more OMI burn. We burned about 280 plus million coins today, like 282, 283 million coins. That's over $250 million. We're going to burn a lot tomorrow as well, just because, again, the marketplace. We did that just off of, not even including the market, just from the store. So that is a lot that we're burning. There is I did reach over 9 million OMI today, so I'm not just someone saying like, oh yeah, buy this. Because again, this is not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling y'all what to do. Just saying what I'm doing, and what I'm doing is putting almost everything I have into OMI and Bitcoin. I have over 9 million OMI now, but also a buddy of mine, I won't shout out her name, but up until recently, she had like 10, 13 million OMI. Now she's got 20 million OMI. She's like, yeah, it's stupid low. I was like, yeah, I agree. So I'm hoping I can sell this card. I'll take 300. I'll take 280 at this point just to get OMI at these prices. I'll give them a discount if they want to pay in crypto. That's fine. Go ahead. You go pay me in crypto, and I'll keep it. I'll keep it, most of it in Bitcoin. I'll put the rest into OMI. Yeah, again, 100 grand minimum into OMI is what's going into. And at this time, I could get like 40 million because of how low it is. But again, like I've said before, the price has usually goes to about 0.002. As soon as it reaches to 0.0019, you have a strong bounce up. And it reached up down to 0.00205. So it's very close to that. It has not broken that 0.0202 mark for a while. When it did, it bounced right back up. So that's a nice level of support. If it does get below that, I don't know where it goes. 0.0016 was the last low. Before then, like I said, I hope it does. This way I can buy more. I don't care if it goes up to 0.005. I put in 100 grand, and then it goes right back down to 0.002. I don't care because I'll get more. That people that's like, oh, I should have waited. That's all short-term thinking. Short-term thinking that will make you regret things. That'll make you make stupid decisions. You got to be logical. You can't be emotional. You have to act with logic and not react with emotion. Best advice I can give. As far as Earth 2 goes, there's a lot of FUD today. There's this guy, I forget his first name. His last name's Tanner, I believe. And he's very, very young. He's like 19, I think. He had a experience in 2019 when he was 17. And they broke the news on Guidebook Gaming before as well. If you're coming in from there, link down below. Or if you're coming in from there, hey, if you're not coming from there, you don't know who they are, link down below. That's how you get free tiles. And they have a well source of information. They stream for an hour every single day. They're much more consistent than I do. Even though they stream once a day, I stream twice a day, they are streaming consistently. They're on weekends, it's really hard to stream. On weekends, I made a couple videos today that were non-Earth 2 and non-OMI related. I'd fallen behind on like retirement vlogs. I'd fallen behind on military veterans reacts and I think Pokemon. So I did a couple of those today. I still haven't gotten that scary story for Crystal Stroud. I'll do that at some point. But what had happened in 2019, when he was just a 17-year-old kid, he had created something. I'm not 100% sure what, and he was, I guess, calling himself CEO or calling himself whatever. And yeah, is it fun to call yourself CEO? Absolutely. When I like to say that yes, I'm CEO of 2 companies, and it feels good. And then after a while, it's just like, oh, my heart. It can't take too much longer of being CEO. Thank you guys for over 5 likes. And I guess they had a lot of people like tore him out because he wasn't really the CEO. He just made a company, and I don't know if you can be CEO at 17. But he is on the E2 dev team now. He is a developer. That being said, he is joining the military, I think, next month. And a bunch of people are saying, okay, well, how are you joining the military and being a developer? Why'd they even hire them? So just because you go into the military, it doesn't mean you can't do other things. You can have a secondary job, but that's if you're active duty. If you're active duty, you can only have a secondary job. Nothing can take the place of your first job. That being said, if you're reservist or guard, you literally work 2 days a month. You work 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year. That's what it is. Like that's what you have. Like the rest of your time is yours. I know a lot of people, a lot of reservists. I was actually just conversing with a bunch of my reservist friends that I deployed with. They deploy too as well if they want, and yeah, they go and they're great people. But if you don't want to go on deployment, most likely you don't have to. Depending, and I was in a critically manned career field, so the reservists that I was talking to, this is in a critically manned career field. They volunteered to go. Like they didn't have to if they didn't want to. They volunteered, and so if he sees an allegiance to E2 devs, then and he sees that this is going to make you a lot more money than it was in the military. I don't know why he's going to the military. Maybe he just wants that sense of honor. Maybe he wants to give back a little bit. Maybe he thinks that whatever he's going for will help him in civilian life. Could all be one of those things. But just because he's going to the military doesn't mean he can't work with Earth 2. Even part-time, like, basic training is about 8 weeks. I think they shortened it, actually. I think it's only 6.5 weeks now. But as far as tech school, my tech school was 6 weeks. Very, very short. Most of the job, I think most tech schools are a little, because you learn most of your job like on the job training. Like I could have been in tech school for a year, and I would learn more the first month than I would that whole year. Also, it's in like I was there for 4 years and I worked 2 sections, and there's like 8 sections you can work. So you could stand in there for a 20-year career and maybe not master everything. It's very hard. I mean, yeah, after about 2 years, I really mastered the passenger services part. The ramp part, I did not master. I was there for a couple months, and then I deployed for my old job, and then I went back to the ramp, and I was trying to get out at the time, so I was I was in processing from deployment. I was out processing from the military. It was a crazy time. I had to use a bunch of my leave. So anyway, moving on from that, Earth 2, yeah, I don't think they did anything wrong by hiring this kid. That maybe when he was 17 did said something that didn't exactly go. Well, a couple people were mad at that, but I'm 100% fine with that. If he's smart and the devs see something with him, that's fine. Like I said, for me, if I was going to turn the machine back on for high risk lending, I don't care if you went to Yale, Harvard, Stanford, whatever. As long as you can work and you're intelligent, to pick up what I'm putting down, then yeah, that's fine. Because I don't care if you have a PhD in business and if you're lazy, then you're just lazy. I don't care what your underwriting skills are if you're not going to work. That being said, yeah, a bunch of other people I know are getting into OMI as well. I do have another millionaire that is going to get in. He couldn't. We were trying to do it today. I was going to visit him, but Bit4x isn't on the Apple iStore, at least not on his iPad. I don't know if it has a difference between computer or phone or whatever. Couldn't get it to work on Gate. So what we're just doing is he's going to send me funds on Coinbase. I'm going to send him to Ari Realty. Ari Realty is going to get it, and he's going to send it to the Akomi, the trust wallet for a buddy of mine. So Ari Realty, be prepared. My scar, be prepared. So I'm going to get to the Q&A now. Mark Jensen says, I'm the ghost of YouTube. Ooh. What's up, Mark Jensen? Howdy. Says, come on, Randy. I know you are in there somewhere between the pixels of my TV. I'm going to find you. Oh, Mark Jensen, you crazy. Well, this ghost is a tired European, so good luck. Have fun with the stream. Thank you, Mark Jensen. Yeah, this 10:15 p.m., 10:15 a.m., those are the times that I stream. So Mark Jensen, you commented about an hour beforehand. So thank you for the comments. Investivist for the rest of us said, they forgot about the real Randy. Yeah, that's one of my favorite videos that I did. It's the one with the Tesla Kila bottle. I think it was about OMI and Earth 2, but like the first 2.5 minutes are like pure Chavez gold. Just message to the haters. It was really great. One of the favorite videos I've ever done. So thank you, Investivist, for reminding me about that. Daniel Gifford says, how do you feel about Cavell's video today, saying that the price of OMI will not be moved by a new exchange? That's an excellent question. I think he had a couple videos today, and even one he went live for, which I saw a couple minutes of. And Cavell does get a lot of hate. He gets a lot of love, but he gets a lot of hate as well. Love because he keeps the community hyped. He keeps the community like, oh, what about this? And what about this? And this could happen, this could happen. And I love those videos. Unfortunately, some people that don't have a level head, they're just like, oh, really? That's going to be the price? That's going to be this price? And Cavell Anderson has never said that he is going to, that OMI will be $1 or $10 this year. He said that in the future it can be, and it probably will be. Wes with that $4.99 super chat saying, heard more tokens will be unlocked for developers, which will likely result in another price drop, but Comic-Con might counteract that. So yeah, the developers can liquidate as much or as little as they want. But right now, again, if I'm a developer and I have 2 billion coins, and I would not liquidate right now. What I would do is what they're doing. They said, I'll take this with a grain of salt in case anyone missed my stream this morning. VV developers have said that they are going to do a buyback in June. This June, 2021, this month. Now again, take that with a grain of salt. I still respond to Wes here because they had said they had promised a new exchange, and this will actually go with Daniel Gifford's response as well. His question. They had said they were going to have a new exchange in May, and it didn't happen. So for them saying that they're going to do a buyback in June, I'm not going to be rude and say, oh, I'm not holding my breath, but I wouldn't be. I hope they do. I would not be surprised if it doesn't happen until July or August. Now, the new exchange, you could make the argument that it was delayed just because they're switching from Go token to Immutable, going from the Go chain on the Ethereum blockchain, and you'd be correct. That's something that'll happen as well. But out of all the options that they have, if they even announce one this month, which new exchange they're going on, it's probably going to be a small one. It probably won't affect the price that much because for the most part, it might be maybe better than Bit4x. It might be the same thing. They're not going to do a Binance right away or a Coinbase or a Kraken. That is something they will do. I don't even think towards the end, maybe towards the end of the year, when they really start advertising. But I'm thinking early next year for it. So like I said, I'm expecting them to hit 10 cents without even going on a big Binance like that. I'm expecting them to do it on a bunch of other smaller ones. That's a word. So Wes, to continue your thing, I'm happy that they're doing a buyback for the company. That's what they're doing. And especially at this price. If I had 2 billion tokens, I would not sell at this price. I would maybe if I had money issues, and because you don't want your developers to have money issues. You don't want your developers to say, hey, this is I'm preoccupied with real life because I don't have enough money to pay my mortgage, pay bills. Yeah, but by all means, if they have the ability to sell a couple million coins, give them like $100,000 or so, and then hey, you know what? Now I'm fine. Now I don't need to worry about all that other mess. If their lives are a mess, which I doubt they are. I think most people have money here already, but give them something for their work. If they want to do that, that's fine. But I also think that buying back some from the VV company would counteract that anyway. But yeah, Comic-Con is a huge event. And non-fungible wonderful dude is doing the Lord's work, going to GameStop and talking to kids, saying like, hey, you know what NFTs are? And they say like, yeah, well, here's the NFTs that I'm playing with, that I'm messing with right now. And he goes and shows them the VV app, and they're like, oh, that's really cool. Batman, Powerpuff Girls, Cartoon Network, Star Trek. And I did that with, where I was going to my friend's place where I used to live, his daughter I'm good friends with, her boyfriend, who I'm also good friends with, I was mentioning like the NFTs with him. And at first he didn't know what it was. I was like, oh, girl. And I was showing him everything. He's like, oh, man, that's pretty chill. That's pretty, whatever teens say with their cool lingo. But yeah, Wes, so if it does have another price drop, great. If it breaks that 0.002 barrier, goes down to 0.0019 and below, yeah, that's fantastic. I'll buy even more. I'm buying as much as I can now, knowing that it very could well go down to 0.0015 or even lower. But I don't care because we're not going to see. This is a gift. In 1 year from now, people are going to be like, no way, you couldn't get it, OMI, for that little. That's too little. Guaranteed. People are going to be like, oh, you guys are lucky. They're going to be super salty, like Salt Bay it up. They're going to be super jealous. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of salt in the air. Getting back to Daniel Gifford saying, I think he's correct, Cavell Anderson, when he says that the price won't be moved by a new exchange, because if you're able to buy it on Bit4x, AscendX, or Gate.io, you'd have no issue buying it on another platform. But where you're going to get a huge jump is it something that's more broadly used, that's easier to use, where you don't have to send Bitcoin to it and then transfer it to USDT and then use that to buy OMI and then transfer it out to your Trust wallet. I was trying to go over it with my friend before. It was not a boomer. Now he's 50, but it's a little frustrating for older people. Frustrating for me, and I'm 30. So yeah, advice to other 30-year-olds and older: don't let technology pass you by. Earth2 review says OMI dollar cost averaging 100% Earth2 review. Dollar cost average everything. Whether it's OMI, whether it's Earth2 tiles, if you happen to buy some, let's say American Class 2 tiles at $20, and maybe you can get them now $15. Yeah, do that. Like I said, I mentioned the thing this morning that what I'd like to do is I would sell my Class 2 tiles in America right now for $10, $20. I don't care, and I could buy Class 2 tiles in Antarctica for Chaveztopia. So I could literally sell 100 tiles at like $12, and I can get 1,000 tiles at for Chaveztopia with that money. And they're all Class 2, so what I'm doing is I'm just getting more tiles, the same class, and it's just in a different area. So that means more resources, more essence, more chance of getting a tile that doesn't produce anything, which you want. You want a tile that doesn't produce anything, because that means it's not going to produce one of the 8 things that we have now, whether it's gold or iron, stuff like that. So that means it's going to have something really good in the future. If you have 100,000 tiles, you're probably going to get that. I only have 20,000 tiles, so yeah, focusing on that. And also I meant Earth2 content creators. Obviously I love Ari Realty. I love Bold Combo, E2 Meta, wherever you are. I love you too. And yeah, Guidebook Gaming, just because they don't just do normal giveaways like I do. A lot of my giveaways are Class 2. They're in Chaveztopia, but they're Class 2. Guidebook Gaming be giving away those Class 1s, doing every single day, multiple times a day. Yeah, they're a treat. I love them. And they have great community too, and they just break news all the time. Now, Preston, Ty, Anderson, thank you guys for 10 likes. Says, hello to the Antarctica Ice King. A fun question towards E2 resources. What do you think the next 3 resources will be added to the list, and how will it help us? Oh, that is very good. I think it was Wolfgang that said there's not going to be magic. A little salty about that, but I would like to think that a resource, something renewable. Well, we already have limestone, sand, gold, or I would like to see like silver, because if gold, essence is how you're going to probably build things and pay for things. But so some people say that gold might not have that much value because you're going to have essence, but we don't know exactly the market in which we're operating in, like how it's actually going to work. We know very little about it actually. So if there's a gold, I would like to see silver there at some point as well. I would also like to see a renewable energy type of resource, like this tile gives you wind or solar or something like that. So those are 2. I want silver, and I want some type of renewable energy resource, whatever it is, just because instead of, maybe that's a way to phase out oil, or a way to just another way to power your things. If you don't have oil, oh, okay, well, here's something. You have an island, you have desert, okay, well, you have here's your renewable energy resource that's better than oil, or you can use that in place of oil. So I'd like that. And then the other thing, I guess, maybe ammunition or weapons, like a certain type of weapon or a coin for a weapon, whatever it is. Because if the warring world is going to be a big part, PvP, I would very much like to see a sort of weapon. And let's say this weapon is like weapon X or whatever, and when you have that and you have one of them, it doesn't really mean anything, or even 100 doesn't mean anything. But if you have 1,000 of them, oh, now that's a good weapon. You have 10,000 of them, that's a really good weapon. So if you have something that takes a while to pay off, but when it does, watch out. That'd be really fun if we could do that. So I hope that answers your question, Preston Ty Anderson. Investivus, for the rest of us, says, the new dev you're referring to told his last game project that he was leaving for the military. I don't think he said this to Earth 2. Oh, okay, copy, disregard. If that was misinformation on my part, that was my bad. I thought that was new. I thought that was recent. I don't know if he ever joined the military, again, at 19. So, I mean, you could go at 17. But still, I don't think he did 2 years and then got out unless something went wrong. Maybe he got injured or got medically retired or possible dishonorable discharge. If it's dishonorable discharge, I don't think Earth 2 would hire him. But either way, I'm still excited about it. I'm excited whenever they hire someone because that means a little bit less of a burden on them, and they obviously see something in these people that they hire. So. And yes, Wes, thank you for that $5 super chat saying heard more tokens will be unlocked. And he's right. More tokens will be unlocked every quarter, every year, that type of thing. So expected to go from 168 billion in the float to 170 billion. But that will be counteracted by buybacks. That'll be counteracted by people on exchanges. And again, I hope the price goes down more so I can buy more. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. If it stays here, that's fine too. We have a nice support line of 0.002. And again, Comic-Cons are very, very huge. San Diego Comic-Con is all virtual, but if they're going to be at New York Comic-Con, that is not virtual. Dragon Con is not virtual. There's going to be people there that are going to see this for the first time and go, whoa, guaranteed. Grillmaster420 says, yeah, him and Big Fry don't like each other from the past too. Weird. Honestly, I can understand why. I'm not even going to say anything. Could take a high road on that. Or two fake news says, hello, scammers. Did you already visit Arya in prison? Those of you that don't know, Arya had a video come out today saying that, I'm going to prison. And it was really funny. It was really good. Arya Realty has been killing it with videos lately. Go subscribe to his channel. You will have a great time. Am I the Flintstones? You will have a gay old time, but in the old meaning of the sense of the word. Or two fake news says, did he receive the cigarettes that we sent? How is he? He's doing very well. I told him, our Realty, if you go to prison, I'll bake you a cake with a nail file in it. That's just a reference to how some people could potentially try to escape out of prison, the nail file. Vittori Jean Pascal, how's it going, buddy? He says, hello. According to Dan from Vivi, when they will migrate to Ethereum, the new token rate may not be 1 token equal to 1 token, but it will be the same value at least. I'm not that good in math. To me, this is the same, but any point of the view to share about this? I'm not sure what you mean when you say 1 token may not be 1 token equal to 1 token. So a comment just a little clearer. Does that mean 1 gem will not equal to $1? Because to my understanding, that's their stable coin, and that will never deviate from that. But if you mean that 1 OMI is now not equal to 1 OMI, I'm a little lost with that. Or two fake news says, when do you think the haters come on you? Haters were gone for a little while, but they were on me literally since December, since I started making videos about this for like a month or so, month and a half. And then haters started back up again a couple weeks ago after Big Fry made the video, and everyone else started doing that as well. Our two fake news says, don't forget our t-shirts, Randy, and Dashy for the weekend. Yes, never forget Dashy, and then y'all can have a t-shirt or t-shirts that'll bring you when I go to visit Europe next year, or if Biden if they decide to lift the ban on Germany and Austria, come this year. Grillmaster420 says Randy doesn't entertain haters. No, I mean, if they're actually spouting something that's an actual lie, then I'll retort and be like, okay, that's a lie, and here's why. But for the most part, if they're just like, you're a clown, I'll be like, meow. And I'll just meow at them because it's more comments on the YouTube algorithm. It'll help me. So yeah, I do like to do that. Watch and learn. Maxwell Cook says, when it comes to the warring world, I think of it as World of Warcraft and Sword Art Online. People will be blacksmiths, jewelers, tailors, creating items with their skill. I would love that as well. I love Sword Art Online. World of Warcraft I haven't really played. We've all seen that WoW funeral. I don't know if anything like that could happen. Yeah, something like that could definitely happen. For those of you that are unsure what I'm talking about, back in like 09 or 07, something very, very early, there was this woman that was really, really into World of Warcraft, and she had happened to die in real life, and they had made a funeral for her in the game. Supposed to be like no armor, no weapons or anything. She's at like this lake or wherever, and then one clan just comes in and just destroys everyone there. Like, it was disrespectful, but my God, it was glorious. It was cool to see. And the first person they killed was her. I was like, oh, feels bad, but I'm laughing a little bit. I don't think anything like that can happen here. I mean, it might be able to. You might be able to have, vigils or funerals for people inside the game. Like, let's say, God forbid, let's say anything's happened to me. I expect y'all to have a funeral for me in game. I could picture like Ari Realty, Guidebook Gaming. Guidebook Gaming would probably be covering it. Ari Realty probably saying something, maybe do like a bit of stand up. Be like, he loved his Taco Bell. he loved his Dashi. Something like that. But yeah, Sword Art Online is really good too. I would really like it if, oh God, this is why I am hoping for multiple accounts as well. Because if I, let's say, have a skill, and let's say I'm a blacksmith, I make weapons for everyone in the Warring World. But then there's something really cool where, they open up a thing for breeder, for animal breeder. I would want to start another account specifically for animal breeding. Like, I don't care about money. I don't care. I mean, maybe at some point if people want to get really good, so, breed this for me, breed that for me, yeah. But I would do that for that. Just I love that type of science. I know Punnett square charts, but I love that type of thing. And if we're able to do that, bruh, the multiple accounts will be real. Preston Ty says, Ice King Kane 2 is 2 feet away from your left. Let's see it. Well, this isn't the whole cane. This is, I don't know if you can see it, even the whole thing. Oh, yep, you can. It is the Ice King cane. I will have this whenever I go into Antarctica, as Preston Ty Anderson has told everyone. That is the Ice King cane. Maxwell Cook says PvE and PvP will have their specific drops, but someone has to create stuff instead of just boss drops and raid loots. That'd be great as well. Like, pay a dollar, so you could fight this boss and enjoy all the goodies. That might be gambling though. Well, it depends. You could do that. Someone could do that. They could say like, hey, here's all the stuff that this boss will drop that I'm creating. It's $1 to get in. If you make the most hits, or even like, the top 5 players will actually make money. They'll put in less money than it would be to get their worth. Like if you were to go just buy these at the market or wherever. So if you do that, then I think that's doable. You have like 20, 30, 50 people, whatever, trying to get that loot, trying to get the most hits. But if they say like, it's $1 to play and you don't know what you're gonna get, that's gambling. I hope they don't do that, because that, like, there's just gonna be a bunch of like scumbags that'll be like, what are you gonna get? And they're gonna put like absolutely nothing in there. It's gonna be garbage. So I hope they do that. If that does happen, I'll have call me Rita Repulsa, make my monster grow, and I will put so much loot in there for everyone. That'd be fantastic. I can't wait for that to happen. If that does happen, I'm all in. So Maxwell Cook, yeah, it's a great idea. A bunch of messages retracted. Maxwell Cook says, that's where you unlock Jack/Master of all trades on a single profile. I could do that. Yeah, maybe on one profile you could, this is my class, secondary class, third class, fourth class, and maybe you're able to do it that way. That'd be really fun. I would definitely enjoy that. Excuse me. Tori Jean Pascal says, yes, one new OMI may not be equal to one old OMI. If they reduce the quantity of OMI during the migration, it would mean one new OMI would be more than the old one, but we would have less OMI in our wallet. They did talk about leaving a bunch of OMI on the table when they go to the Ethereum blockchain. They're like, all right, we don't need 50 years worth of OMI. We can just do this, and maybe they leave 5-10 billion. Oh God, if they left 100 billion, that's too much. They wouldn't leave 100 billion. I don't know though, because if they said we don't need 50 years worth of OMI, okay, well, how much? They have 340 million. So if they have 300, or they have like 334.5 million or 5 billion, whatever. So let's say 10%, 90% of 50 is 40. So that'd be, maybe they only need 40 years worth of OMI. And if they take 90% or take 10% off of that, if they leave 40 billion, oh my God, if they leave 40 billion on the table when they transfer, one, they have to buy a lot of that back from the from the float. So what is going to be left on the table, it's not going to take away from the float right away. It's going to be left from the VV app. And if the VV app leaves, let's say, 30 billion OMI on the old, Go chain, Go token or whatever, and then they go over to immutable on the Ethereum blockchain, well, they have to replace that 30 billion. So they might take 15 billion from the float. And when you're going to see a very mental picture is when it goes below 150 billion in the float. Right now it's at 168 billion in the float. When it does go below 150 billion, you're gonna say like, oh, okay, that's gonna be a big one. Pretty much every 5 and 10 billion. But then 100 billion is gonna be a big one also. But I don't know how many years it'll take to get under that 150 billion. Honestly, it could take by next year. If they leave 30 billion on the table, we could have under 150 billion in the float by next year. That'd be insane. Oh my God, that'd be incredible. So, Vittoria Jean Pascal says, few people may not be millionaire in OMI anymore, but the future in dollars, yes. I understand what you're saying, where there's much less OMI, but the amount, let's say if you have 10 million OMI, I have 1 million OMI, that's not a lot. I don't know. We'll have, I don't think they would do it that way. I think that would mess with people's minds too much if they had a certain amount and now they have less. Even if it's like the same amount, it's like if it's worth the same, they're just gonna have less. That's why people don't like reverse stock splits. Like, well, if they do a 4-to-1, if you have 4, well, now you have one share. Normal stock splits where if you have 1 and now you have 4, or now you have 5, that, oh yeah, I have more now. That makes people feel good. Tesla might do one again next year. Mark my words, they might do it again next year. Everyone thought it was crazy when I said that they'll do one, last year, and they were wrong. They forgot. I'm Randy freaking Chavez. Grandmaster Mawa says, are tiles a good store of value? I think it depends which tiles, and it also depends what you do with them. It depends what you build on the tiles. Tiles in general might not mean anything. It's just like what Mewtwo said. The circumstances of one's birth or one's tiles are irrelevant. It's what you do with the gift of life or with those tiles that make you who you are, that give it its value. What you do with the gift of life is what makes you who you are. What you build on those tiles is what's going to give it value. Life itself does not mean anything unless you do something with it. The tiles itself, same thing, are not going to mean anything unless you do something with it. Boom, that was like the most graceful thing I ever said. 30-minute Patreon member shout out. I hate everything about you. Why do I love you? I hope you like my 3 days grace. That hurt my voice. Okay, moving on. E2 Treasure Hunts, Earth 2, says, appreciating the Discord updates from the E2 dev team lately. This is in everyone's best interest to keep the info coming. I agree 100%. They don't need to give us hard timelines. They don't need to give us... I mean, a lot of people said they do want updated timelines, and it could be broad spectrum. They say, like, we don't need an exact date, but let us know it'll be this year. It'll be this year. Something like that. But that being said, them being very communicative is nothing but good. That is one of the greatest things that they can do right now, and they're doing it consistently. And all the content creators, if for anyone that doesn't have a Discord, we're going to be covering it as well. Pretty much everything that they say, I might be a couple days late on it, but it does get put into a video. Again, you have me, you have Guidebook Gaming, you have My Name is Human Podcast, Bowl Combo, a bunch of these bigger content creators. So that's our responsibility. That's our burden. We'll wear that. We'll keep on doing it for as long as we can. I'm not. Oh, all right. That's all for the comments for now. So I will just rabble on a little bit like Thomas Jefferson. That's a South Park reference. When Thomas Jefferson goes in, Cartman's like, rabble, rabble, rabble. Thomas Jefferson, rabble, rabble. Outside of that, I am going to go to the bank tomorrow. I'm going to do another wire for money I don't have. And I will put... Well, that's really just replacing, because I put like over $1,000 into OMI today, so I have over 9 million. But I have to replace that the Bitcoin that I put in. So Most of that'll go into Bitcoin, that $1,000. Maybe I'll put an extra $250 into OMI. I don't know. I'm trying to sell these cards as quickly as possible. For as not as much as I can, but you know, if I'm not getting a bite at a certain amount, I'll throw out a best offer out there from some Pokemon cards, and just to try to get some money in there. Pzad Gamer says, guys, how can I withdraw my money on Earth 2 without sending my bank info? What you can do is get a Revolut card, saying please help. And a Revolut card is basically a credit card you can withdraw it onto. It's a credit card you can go and, you could put it on there. So although you don't have to give your bank info, if you put on a Revolut card, that's fine. But I mean, a lot of things, same with stocks, same with Acorns, same with like Coin. Well, I don't know if Coinbase you need you need to put in your bank info, but if you absolutely don't want to, Revolut probably the way to go, in my opinion. John Doe says, have you considered going to auction with your card? I have considered going to auction, and I just I know I'd get minimum $220 for it because somebody had offered Scott Pratt, who's known as SM Pratt, the Prince of Pokemon. They've offered him $220,000 for it, and he basically said no. He basically shot him down. So I would get $220 for it, but I could not go to when I was gonna get it for $350,000, which already is $130,000 less than what $130,000 less than what the cheapest one on eBay is, not including mine. Mine is low at $420, but $485 is the cheapest that you can get on eBay. So I was doing $130,000 less, and even at $300, doing $185,000 less than the lowest that's on eBay is a hard pill to swallow. And I get it. I was gonna buy Bitcoin when I was at 65 grand. I did. Obviously not that much, but and buy an OMI at 0.007. Now it's down really low. So yeah, I could actually go. I could go 250 and not put 100 grand in. Well, yeah, even at 250, 100 grand in each. 15 grand into tiles, 15 grand into the Earth 2 crypto when that comes out. Yeah, and then keep another 20K for myself for bills or whatever. It's just a hard pill to swallow, man. Very, very hard. But at the same time, it's possible that people didn't even know about that 351. All they see is on eBay, 385 or 420. And then I might even get more at auction, but you have to pay a very, very hefty, like 20% fee just to list it. So I'd just rather not do that. Even though, so. Hazad Gamer says, I'm not from the USA, but I think Revolut, that was given out to, not given out to. They're also sending out Earth 2 cards as well. You can put it on that, which can be used anywhere where Visa is accepted or MasterCard. So you have that option. But Revolut, I think, was mentioned to Europeans, at least people in the UK, like a couple months ago. So be safe with that. Hazad Gamer says, I sold all my tiles for $93. Now I don't know how I can withdraw my money. Yeah, so Revolut card, or if it's not from a credit card, get an E2 credit card. Or again, if you're not putting in your bank info, Revolut's probably the safest bet. If you've tried it and it doesn't work, although it should, I would say send the developers a message. Email them or go on the Discord, go to bug reporting, and then have them do that as well. I hope the best for you. I hope it was worth it to sell the tiles right now, like we're on the precipice of phase 2 and getting resources and all that. So I hope you have a nice other investment that you're going into. It's going to make you a lot of money, and I hope you come back. We'll be here when you do. I'm from Morocco, aka North Africa. So I don't know if Revolut exists there or what other credit cards exist there. Just try your best. And again, let the developers know, or go to the Earth 2 official Facebook page, make a post. There's a girl, I think Liz there, that'll give you help as well. So there's a lot of people there a lot of good information that's going to be flowing around. KZAD Gamer says, I sell because I want to invest in cryptocurrency this dip, which is that's fair. like I said, I'm selling my prized Pokemon cards to get what do you call it? To get more Bitcoin, to get more OMI. I haven't gotten Ethereum yet, but when I do sell that big prize card for what I want, I'll get Ethereum, I'll get Solana and CRO, a little bit of that for long term as well. Maybe I'll get Binance Coin, not 100% sure. And then, yeah, so yeah, not a bad thing, but again, I'm saving a bunch of money for the Earth 2 crypto when that comes out. So because now I lost everything. Again, it's you still have the money there. It's just, is there a way that you can, again, obviously by all means get your money. It's definitely not lost. It's still there. That will come back to you. But I would say, $93. Not sure what the average minimum wage is or average wages. If you even have minimum wage in Morocco, there's a way to like make a little extra cash doing whatever. And again, once phase 2 comes out, join the game, play. You'll have, like I said, you can go to Guidebook Gaming. They're linked down below. They give away free tiles every single day, every single stream. And just play the game. I guarantee you get jobs. Guarantee you make money because I'm going to be handing out jobs left and right as soon as that happens. Outside of that, my throat is doing me a hurt a little bit, so I'm not sure how much else to go on. I've done a couple of videos today. Let me know any other videos you want me to do. Let me know any other subjects you want me to cover, whether it's for OMI or Vivi, or it is for Earth 2 or Tesla or anything else. Just let me know, and I will try to do that for you. I'm seeing a friend tomorrow that I haven't seen in a while, so I will do a stream tomorrow morning, 10:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But as far as streaming tomorrow night, I probably won't, but I'll let you guys know. All right? Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi, bye-bye Dashi. I love you all. And again, Wes, thank you so much for that $5 super chat. That means the world. That keeps me fed. And if you don't want a super chat, Patreon down below. And thanks, bro. Listen to all your advice. Best of luck, KZAD Gamer. Keep up the good work. Says Megatron, you heard. Thanks, buddy. Goodbye, John Doe. Goodbye, bye-bye, everybody. Meow, meow, meow.